Hi guys, welcome to another video on my channel, and in this video I'll be talking about my favorite top 5 Visual Studio Code extension, and I feel like they'll be useful to you guys while coding because cool extensions like this makes life easier while programming. So the first I would like to talk about is is the live server extension of Visual Studio Code. So I went into my extension bar here, and this is it. Yes, right here. So this is the live server extension by wigden.liveserver. I'm sorry if I cannot pronounce that right. So the live server extension makes life easier for me. I've been using this live server extension for about 6 months now, and it has been serving me just fine. I'll show you how useful it is in a second. So I'll just head on to my, and if you want to download it, I'm sorry about that. If you want to download it, you can just install it. I have it installed already. So when you click on this install, then it's going to show on uninstalled. So once you have installed it, you should see an icon here that says go live. So I'm going to talk about that. What the live server extension does is that whenever I save a page, like whenever I save a file, whenever I save a file like this index.html file, I just created it like a minute ago inside a folder called, or on the dist folder. You can also name it build or whatever, and I like naming mine dist. So this index.html file, the work of the live server extension is whenever I save a file like this, it will automatically reload on the page in the browser. It's automatically going to reload. So just to show you, and it also gives me some kind of server that I can run once like a JSON file on. So to open the live server extension, I can just right click or click on this icon right here, this go live icon, or I can right click and go to open with live server. And if you notice, it's going to open, okay, let me just close this. It's going to open on a loopback address of 5500, then the folder and the file name, which is index. So this is just what the live server does. I know you might be thinking that it is so simple, but when I head on to my text editor right now and I just change, or let me see, I just change this YouTube to hello people and save with Ctrl S. If I head on to my browser right now and take a look, it has changed automatically to hello people, not hello YouTube, because I don't have to keep hitting the reload button every now and then just for it to change. It's automatically reload, which makes life easier when you're being like some kind of static website. So sorry about that. So that is what the live server extension does. The second I would like to talk about is the live Sas Compiler, which is right here. The live Sas Compiler is also created by the same person that created the live Sas extension. So the live Sas Compiler makes life easier when you're dealing with Sas. I prefer this extension to the Node Sas module and all of that kind of things, because I do not have to start importing other kinds of like some files into my workflow. I will just use this extension to automatically do what I want it to do. So to show you how that works, I would like to show you, once you have installed it, I would like to show you a few of my settings. So I'm going to go down to settings. I'm going to search for Sas Compiler right here, and I want to show you this edit.json, this place right here. So this is what I would like to show you guys. Does this. So I have live Sas Compiler settings, just format in a JSON setup. So I have the format to be compressed. By default it's going to be uncompressed, but I like it when it's compressed, like the bootstrap minified version, so it will all be compressed. I was also using this extension name with this .main.css, but now I'm no longer using it. That's why I commented this out, and I also changed the save path to this/this/css. So what this is going to do is that the compiled SCSS file is going to get put in a file inside the dist folder, inside the CSS folder, inside the dist folder. So that is what this means. And I also changed the generate source map to false, because I've never really used the source map. I just wanted to show you guys just this. So if you'd like to use these settings, you can also copy it and use it in yours. So to show you how this works, I'm going to save. To show you how this works, I'm just going to head on to my dist, not my dist, my my text editor right here, and I'm going to create a Sas file, just a quick Sas file. So I'm going to say style.scss, and in here I'm just going to put some basic styling to the body. So I'm going to say body, and I'm give it a background color of a really light gray, and change the color to a dark gray like this, and save. So to use this extension, once you have installed it, you will see an icon like this that says watch Sas. So I'm just going to click on it to watch the Sas. So once I click on it, then this will come up right here. This saying it's telling me the location of the compiled CSS file, which is in the CSS folder and in the dist folder. That is where it's going to create it, and it's the same watching. That means it's actually watching the Sas file. Now, so if I'm to check my dist folder in here, it has automatically created a CSS folder, and inside the CSS folder it created a style sheet, a style.css, which took the name of this style.scss. Then it replaced the extension name to CSS. So if I'm to view it now, then it is like this. It is like this. It is all compressed. It is not in this format. It is like this, which can be very difficult to read, but I feel like I prefer this way because it saves on file size. And the reason is like this is obviously because I changed the format to compress. If it is in uncompressed, then it's going to be like in this format. So that is all. And I would like to show you something. I'm going to close this. I'm going to show you something in my Sas file. If I have if I make an error, like maybe an empty variable like font family, and I leave it alone and I save, then something should come up where okay, here it is. So it is saying complication error, style declaration must contain a value, and it told me the line of the Sas file, and it also showed me what error it is, which is the font family. So that is how useful the Sas compiler is. It will tell me if I have an error, or of what kind of error I have, or so on. So that is all for live Sas compiler. I would like to close this up real quick and get rid of this and save. So the next I would like to talk about is is the bracket pair colorizer. So bracket pair colorizer is a very simple but also very useful extension there is, because it makes life easier. If you take a look at their screenshot, this is their demo. It looks like this. I'm going to show you in a bit. I'm going to open. So once you have installed it, I'll show you now. I'm going to create inside my dist file. I'm going to create an app.js, just a JavaScript file for the sample. And in here, to show you how this is, maybe I don't really need this app.js. I can just show you within the CSS. So in there, I can obviously nest. So let's assume inside the body I want to grab this HTML in here. So I can just do HTML and open another bracket, and we take a look. The color of the bracket has actually changed. This one is yellow, this one is pink. If I also nest another thing in here, like a p tag, a paragraph tag, it has also changed to a blue bracket, so which makes it easier to recognize which bracket is which when I'm going, like if I want to go all the way to the body, the end of the body, I know that I'm looking for this yellow bracket, which makes life easier, because by default all this will be like a light gray color, which can be very, very confusing and messy. I'm going to close this. What the bracket pair colorizer does is that it alternates between these three colors, this yellow, pink and blue. So I'm going to get rid of this now. I just wanted to show you guys. It's also very useful. The next I would like to talk about is this Prettier Code formatter, which makes a lot of sense because it just makes it easier. Like, you will not have to worry too much about how elegant your code is. I'm not saying you should start writing messy code, but it gives you time to focus on the concept of the code, not how beautiful it looks, because the Prettier extension is going to make it beautiful. Like, if I have some some nested tags and which are not right, it's obviously going to do it well. And I would like to show you a few of my settings. So once you have installed it, I'd like to show you these settings in here. So this is the setting, format on save, and this one by default, this editor format or save will be unchecked. So if you want to work the way I work, then I will advise you to make it checked. So, and I would also like to show you another of my setting, which is in the Prettier. For some reason I can't spell today. So Prettier right here. So there are a bunch of settings in here, but I would like to call your attention to where are you? Okay, right here. So starting from here, let's call your attention. So if you're a JavaScript programmer and you use semicolon, then I'll advise you to check this checkbox. I'm using semicolon, so I have it checked. If you're also using single quotes instead of double quotes, then you should check this. What this will do is, whenever you have double quotes in your JavaScript, it will automatically change it to single quotes. And I have my tab width in theory by default it's going to be 4, but I feel like that 4 is too much. I don't like it when they are all spaced, where they are all separate, and I also don't like when they are all stuck together. And that is all my settings I would like to show you. You can also mess around with some of these settings. There are a bunch of settings like for the Vue.js, for Node module, and all that. So to show you that, I would like to close this. In my index.html file, once you have installed it, then you should have an icon like this that says put here. Just won't be checked by default, but I will show you that that is not even a problem at all. So what this does is that it will assume this my title tag is all the way around this side, and this my body tag is like this, and like this, and this h3 is also here, and the other h3 is here, and this body tag is all the way to this side, and everything is just all messed up. I'm sure nobody's work will be this messed up. I'm just using it as an example. Once I save with Ctrl S or Command S, then watch what happens. So once I save, then everything come back to its place, which makes life easier because I don't have to keep arranging everything. This should be like this. It should just automatically save the file for me, which makes more sense. So I don't have to keep looking at how elegant my code is. It's going to format it for me. And also in my CSS file, the same thing applies. If this is all the way here and this is also far, and this one is around here and this one is far, once I save, then they will come back to the way they're supposed to be. And about the single quotes, I would like to show you in my JavaScript. So in here, if I have which example can I give? If I have like a const and I say John, not Jobs. So John equals an array of numbers. So if I like this, once I save, then it automatically puts space in between all these numbers. So once I save, it automatically puts space, which makes it easier. And if I forget this last semicolon and I save, then the semicolon will get added automatically, which makes more sense because I do not have to keep taking note of where I last put the semicolon. And also for the single quote, so if I get rid of this and I put double quotes in here and I say John Doe, and I say John Doe, and that one is Traversy, and save. If you take a look now, right now there are double quotes, but once I save, they will all automatically change to single quotes. Once I save, then that's changed to single quotes. So it makes my work more organized. I will not have double quotes in one place and have single quotes in another place. So I know for sure that all my JavaScript are all in single quotes, which can be a lot more useful. So the next extension I would like to talk about is this indent rainbow. These are the 5 I use most of the time. So that next I would like to talk about is this indent rainbow. It's very, very simple also, but can also be very useful. It makes coding a bit nicer and elegant to the eye. So once you have installed it, I'd like to show you in here in my index page. So if you take a look at all this padding here, right here, you notice they are of different color. Like if I'm to put something in here again, like in here, and I put a paragraph and I say let me see, law 5, you take a look, this color is different from this color, and it's also different from this color, and they are also different from this color, the text editor color itself. If I also have another thing in here, like another paragraph, and I put in something like John, let me take a look, the color has also changed. It has changed from this color to this color to this color. So if you are a type of programmer that deal with index a lot, like Python, so I will recommend this type of extension to you. So those are my 5 most used Visual Studio Code extension, and I use Visual Studio Code a lot just because of it is fast on my machine though, and because of the cool extension it has. So these are the 5 Visual Studio Code extension I use it a lot, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I just thought of making a short video like this that it will not be too long. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you also have other extension that you feel is also useful that you have been using. I will gladly accept all that information. So thanks once again. Leave a like if you like the video, comment if you also have other things, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.